Welcome in, everyone, as we have a winner's bracket game here in Marietta. This one between Spring Hill American and South Sumter. I'm Anthony Crum with JockJive.com. Welcome in, everyone. As South Sumter's 2-0 in this tournament, they defeated Sebring 16-15 on Saturday, and then Holmes County 15-0 on Sunday. And now they come in against the undefeated 1-0 Spring Hill American team, who defeated Marietta 5-1 on Saturday. The winner of this game will advance to face off against Marietta, who won earlier on a walk-off against Sebring 3-2. The game will be at 5 o'clock tomorrow, barring any rain delays. The loser of this one will fall to the loser's bracket and face Holmes County at 2 o'clock. Neither of these teams will be eliminated, as both of them neither have a loss, but definitely both of them want to stay in the winner's bracket. The pitching matchup today for South Sumter, starting on the mound, will be Jackson Gill, and for Spring Hill American, Dalton Williams. We'll go through the lineup for South Sumter. They're your visitors. Spring Hill American is your home team. Leading off for South Sumter, number 25, the third baseman, Rashad Johnson. Number 15, the shortstop, Caden Ellis. Number 5, the pitcher, Jackson Gill. Number 44, the first baseman, Jay Straughter. Number 3, the right fielder, Billy Durham. Number 30, the center fielder, George Mullins. Number 9, the catcher, Caleb Jenkins. Number 34, the left fielder, Samaj Shines. Number 22, the second baseman, Ishmael Rodriguez. Number 12, Cale Scott. Number 11, Jason Braswell. And number 9, Cale Ellis. For the Spring Hill American side, your home team leading off will be number 2, the catcher, Zachary Hotop. Number 34, the first baseman, Andrew Ward. Number 27, the pitcher, Dalton Williams. Number 35, the left fielder, Travis Clark. Number 18, the third baseman, Raymond Groschick. Number 9, D9, Brandon Higgins. Number 3, the second baseman, Brady McMurdo. Number 19, Michael Rizzuto. Number 7, the shortstop, Jacob Barnum. Number 5, Connor McAfee. Number 9, the right fielder, Hemanchow Persad. And 00, Ethan Carnow. If you're just joining us here on JockJive.com, welcome in. I'm Anthony Crum. The shout-out number is the same if you were with us for that first game, but I'll give it to you real quick. 410-903-2715. You can text into me here, and I'll give you a shout-out to whoever you want on the field. Just tell me who you are, who you're rooting for, and where you're rooting from. That's 410-903-2715. That's your shout-out number, as this game between South Sumter and Spring Hill American looks to begin here in Marietta. It's about 4:30 here. And it looks like we're going to get this game in. The dark clouds have passed. The sun's trying to peek out as we have beautiful weather here in Marietta for some baseball. Starting on the mound for Spring Hill American will be Dalton Williams, and he'll have to face number 25, the third baseman, Rashad Johnson, for Spring Hill, for South Sumter. Dalton Williams started on the mound against Marietta in that first game for Spring Hill American. He pitched well, going through 4 full innings before being replaced in that one. So a good pitcher on the mound for Spring Hill American. Jackson Gill pitched for South Sumter in that Sebring game. That's the only time we've seen him. First pitch into Johnson is high for ball 1. Johnson, a good hitter for the South Sumter team, leading off. Yesterday against Holmes County, he went 2 for 3 with a triple and a single. First pitch hit, slow roller to the shortstop, but right through the legs of Spring Hill's shortstop, number 7, Jacob Barnum. Leads to a no-out base runner for South Sumter. Just didn't get his glove far enough down, and that one rolled right through his legs into the outfield. It's a reach on an error for Johnson, and that brings up number 15, Caden Ellis, the shortstop. We've seen Ellis on the mound 2 times already in this tournament. He's a really good pitcher for the South Sumter team, not getting the start today, and not because this isn't an elimination game. They're hoping they can win this one and maybe save them for the championship game a little bit later. He gets his first plate appearance on the day. They moved him up in the lineup. He was batting 3 earlier in the days. Jay Straughter was in the 2 hole. They've moved him down to the 4 spot. First pitch into Ellis was ball 1. Second pitch swung over top for a strike. Take a little bit off that pitch. was Spring Hill American's Dalton Williams. He's got a good changeup, keeps the batters off balance. Caden Ellis went 1 for 2 yesterday in the 15-0 win over Helms County. And he picked up 2 more hits in the 16-15 win over Sebring on Saturday. Sitting on first base, reaching on the air is Rashad Johnson. No outs here in the top of the first as we're getting this second game going here in the traditional division. Another changeup flutters in on Ellis, and he's way out in front of it for another strike. One ball, 2 strikes on Ellis. 1-2 pitch too low, and it gets away from the catcher. Scampering for second base is Johnson. He's there without a throw. Behind the plate for Spring Hill American is number 2, Zachary Hotop. That ball just got away from it a little bit there and let Rashad Johnson advance into scoring position with no outs here in the first. South Sumter's put big innings together in both first innings so far, but Ellis goes down swinging for the first out. Against Holmes County, they plated 5 runs in the first. Against Sebring, they plated 4 runs, so not opposed to the big first inning and jumping on teams early as South Sumter will see what they can do here with a runner on second, and 1 out here in the first inning. Lays down the bunt is Jackson Gill. The throw to first is going to be in time, but they move the runner to third. Sacrifice bunt for the pitcher, Jackson Gill. Brings up number 44, the first baseman, Jay Straughter. One of the most imposing players on the South Sumter team. He's about a head and a half taller than everyone else. He's got some power in that bat. He went 0 for 3 against Sebring with 3 strikeouts and a walk. And yesterday against Holmes County, he picked up 2 more walks and then struck out. But they're going to intentionally walk him to face Billy Durham. Runners at the corners now for South Sumter. They didn't want to face the big bat. And taking second base with no throw is Straughter. So 2 in scoring position for the right fielder, number 3, Billy Durham. Comes the second pitch of the at-bat. Swung on, hit down the third base line, but foul. It's going to be another strike. Quickly down 0-2 is Billy Durham, the right fielder. Didn't pick up a hit yesterday against Holmes County. We'll see if that intentional walk works out for Spring Hill American, and it does as he swings through the third pitch. Second strikeout of the inning for Spring Hill American's pitcher, Dalton Williams. Gets him out of the second and third jam. And we head to the bottom of the first. Your score, Spring Hill American 0, South Sumter 0. Spring Hill American will get their first chance to plate some runs here in the bottom of the second. Zachary Hotop will lead off here on JockJive.com.
We invite your support and contributions to the Dixie Youth Scholarship Fund. Offering financial assistance to hundreds of former players was not accomplished easily. Funds for these scholarships came from many sources, including donations. We ask you to consider making a contribution and by doing so, help more graduates from Dixie Youth Leagues to continue their education. All money collected for the Scholarship Fund is given for scholarships. No funds are kept for administrative purposes. If you would be interested in knowing more about the scholarship program, contact one of the officials at this tournament. They will provide information and explain what to do. On behalf of those who have received scholarships in the past years, may we express our appreciation for your support of the scholarship program. Thanks to you, it's working.
Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the first. Your score after 1/2 inning. South Sumter 0, Spring Hill American 0. South Sumter fails to score in the first inning for the first time in this state tournament. We'll see if Spring Hill American can plate any runs here. In their first and only game, the 5-1 win against Marietta, they plated 2 in the first inning as Andrew Ward hit a 2-run home run to lead off that game. He bats second after Zachary Hotop. Hotop's got some speed. in that leadoff position for Spring Hill American. See if he can put one in play and motor down the first base line. The pitcher he will be facing for South Sumter is Jackson Gill. Bottom of the first, 0-0 score in this winner's bracket game between South Sumter and Spring Hill American. South Sumter 2-0, Spring Hill American 1-0. Winner gets Marietta, loser gets Holmes County. Both of those games will be tomorrow. Loser's game will be at 2 o'clock, winner's game 5 o'clock. First pitch, a ball to Hotop. Second pitch fouled back by Hotop for strike one. One and one to count to Spring Hill American's catcher. This one hit softly to the second baseman. Hustling down first is Hotop, but he doesn't get to first in time. Good play there by South Sumter's second baseman, Ishmael Rodriguez, to field that one and flip it over to first for our first out. That's a ground out for Hotop, and that brings up Andrew Ward, who had a 2-for-3 day 2 days ago on Saturday in the 5-1 win over Marietta. He hit a home run and a single. He makes contact with this one right to the left fielder for South Sumter. Samaj Shines takes one step over, one pitch, one out for Jackson Gill. Fly out for Ward brings up the pitcher for Spring Hill American, number 27, Dalton Williams. And he takes the first pitch for a strike. Quick inning so far for Spring Hill American. We had a very well-played game in our last one with Marietta and Sebring. Hard shot down the third base line. This one gets under the glove of South Sumter's third baseman, Rashad Johnson. And that's going to be a two-out single for Spring Hill American. Dalton Williams swings at the second pitch and shoots it down the third base line. Now the left fielder, Travis Clark, comes to the plate. First pitch finds the zone for strike one. No balls, one strike into Travis Clark. Runner on first, 2 outs. Fouled down the right field line. This one might be playable, but it does get down. No play made on it down the right field line by South Sumter. And headed back to the Vox to face an 0-2 count is Travis Clark. Jackson Gill looking for his first strikeout, trying to end the bottom of the first. A 2-out single by Dalton Williams kept this inning going. We play 6 innings here in the traditional AAA division. The run rules are 15 after 3 or 10 anywhere after 4. Popped up by Travis Clark, and great play made by the center fielder, I think, who brought that one down for South Sumter. Coming a long way was George Mullins, and he brings it down in center field for the third out. That's a fly out for Travis Clark, and we head to the second. Neither side plates a run in the first, and your score is 0-0 as we head to the top of the second. George Mullins will be leading off for South Sumter after this half inning. Your shout-out numbers on the screen. 410-903-2715 is the shout-out number. You can text it in, 410-903-2715. You can give a shout-out to anyone out there on the field. Will come right to me. Just tell me who you are, who you're rooting for, and where you're rooting from. Don't forget to like JockJive on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. We're trying to reach 10,000 Facebook likes and 1,000 Twitter followers this summer, and we need your help to get there. When you like us on Facebook, we keep you updated on scores, schedules, game status, and so much more. So go to JockJive.com and follow the shortcut to all social media, or simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine of Facebook or at JockJive on Twitter. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's go, South Sumter. Happy birthday to my catcher, Caleb Jenkins, watching from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Thank you for that shout out and a big happy birthday to Caleb Jenkins. We can also put our first state on the board for the day, Tennessee. First state outside of Florida represented. Caleb Jenkins will get his first at bat in this inning as he's on deck. George Mullins leads it off for South Sumter. No hot shot down the third base line, fielded by the shortstop of Spring Hill American, but the throw over to first is not in time. Jacob Barnum couldn't get enough on that throw, and a leadoff single for George Mullins, who had a grand slam against Sebring, actually, in the first game for South Sumter. That brings up the lefty and birthday boy, number 9, Caleb Jenkins. See if he can get a hit here in his first at-bat. First pitch too high for a ball. Second pitch in there for strike one. Let's go, Spring Hill, from your teammate, Najuk, number 55. Hope I said that right. Thank you for that shout out. Fouled off by Caleb Jenkins for strike two. Thank you for those first two shout outs. Your shout out number, if you want to send one in, is 410-903-2715. It's your best way to let these players out there on the field know that you're watching them. All of our games on JockJive.com are archived, so they can go back after and watch them. This way they know that you are out there watching them live. Even if you're not here in the ballpark, you can keep up with your South Sumter and Spring Hill American baseball. 2-2 pitch. Coming into Caleb Jenkins. This one over his head to the backstop. Taking off for second is George Mullins, and he's in there without a throw. The count moves to full on Caleb Jenkins as he bats with a runner in scoring position and no outs here in the top of the second. Dalton Williams did a good job keeping South Sumter off the board in the top of the first. He's going to have to work a little harder to do it here in the top of the second, but he starts it off good there. First out is a strikeout looking by Caleb Jenkins. The third strikeout of the game by Dalton Williams brings up number 24, the left fielder, Samaj Shines, another lefty in this South Sumter lineup. First pitch coming into Shines. Lefty on lefty matchup here as he takes a step out to reset. Dalton Williams comes with the first pitch. It's going to be called a ball. It also gets off the glove of Hotop, and that lets Mullins advance to third base. One bag away is South Sumter from taking a 1-0 lead in this game. With a runner on third and one out, Samaj Shines steps in with the 1-ball, no strike count. Squeeze bunt attempt. Dalton Williams tries to throw home to get Mullins coming in from third, but the throw not in time. South Sumter takes the 1-0 lead. No out recorded on the play as Shines moves to first. Spring Hill American tried to take the risky play instead of going for the sure route and cut out the runner at home, but ineffective there. And now they're trailing 1-0 with one out and a runner on first. That brings up number 22, Ishmael Rodriguez. Rodriguez, one at his feet, and it gets behind Hotop. Hustling for second is Shines. As another runner in scoring position now for South Sumter and one out. Good luck, South Sumter, from Hogg County Athletic Club. Thank you for that. Fouled back by Rodriguez. He takes a big cut at that pitch, but can't get it in play. If you want your very own DVD of any game broadcast during this tournament, simply email info@jockjive.com and we'll get that process started for you. DVDs are $10 per game plus shipping and handling. That's info@jockjive.com. Another pitch fouled off by Rodriguez into the net. 2 strikes now on Ishmael Rodriguez. As Dalton Williams has now given up 1 run in this inning, and he's trying to keep the damage limited with a runner on second and 1 out. This one bounces to the plate, gets behind Hotop, hustling for third. He shines, and he's in there with no throw. Now South Sumter threatening again with a runner on third and only 1 out. After Shines hit a sac bunt to bring home Mullins. Spring Hill American went for the out at home. They were not able to get it, and Shines reached first. Rodriguez fouls another one off, this one down the third base line. One ball, 2 strikes on Ishmael Rodriguez. Dalton Williams looking for his 4th strikeout. Tries to take a little bit off of that one, but it's too far outside. Count goes even at 2 on deck. Number 12, Cale Scott for South Sumter. Two pitch. Ishmael Rodriguez goes down swinging, checks his swing, but it's a strike. Anyway, that's the second strikeout of this inning. 4th strikeout of the game for Dalton Williams. That brings up Cale Scott. And Spring Hill American needs 1 more out to try to leave that runner stranded at third for South Sumter. If Cale Scott can put one in play, this score would probably be 2-0. First pitch is too high for a ball on Scott. One ball, no strikes on Cale Scott. He swings at the second pitch for strike 1. Go Spring Hill from Coach Tony and Cody and Spring Hill National. Spring Hill's got 2 teams here, Spring Hill National and Spring Hill American. Thank you, Spring Hill National, for that shout-out. Strike 2 on Scott. As this Spring Hill American pitcher, Dalton Williams, trying to get out of this inning, only giving up 1 run here in the top of the second. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Scott. Swung through, strike 3. That'll end the inning. 2 straight strikeouts by Dalton Williams. His 5th strikeout of the game. Ends the top of the second, but not before South Sumter plates 1 run on the sac bunt by Samaj Shines that brings home George Mullins from third. South Sumter leading Spring Hill American by a score of 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. When we return with the bottom of the second, leading off for Spring Hill American will be number 18, the third baseman Raymond Groshek, right here on JockJive.com.
The Sportsmanship Award is one of the most coveted awards to be won at this Dixie Youth Baseball Tournament. Sportsmanship is playing hard to win, but realizing all cannot become winners. It is being a gracious loser and even more a gracious winner. Good sportsmanship involves such matters as fair play, keen rivalry, but careful observance of the rules, courtesy, and a generous attitude toward an opponent. To be considered for an award for sportsmanship, a team must, 1, demonstrate good conduct and positive attitude by all players and coaches, both on and off the field. Number 2, be prompt and participate in all scheduled activities throughout the tournament. 3, have fans that show good conduct and attitude toward umpires and opposing teams. And 4, be neat in appearance and dress of both team and coaches at all times. We ask all in attendance here at this Dixie Youth Tournament, join the coaches and players in making these qualifications the rule of behavior while attending these tournament games. Let's make this year a wonderful year of fun and great memories.
Welcome back to the bottom of the second. Your score, South Sumter 1, Spring Hill American nothing. We got a Let's Go Samaj. Oh, it's Samaje. Thank you for that, as the coaches told me Samaj. Rebecca and Grandma rooting on number 11, Jason Braswell, all the way from Sumter County, Florida. Love you, Pookie. I'll make a note of that, as this one is hit by number 18, Grosh, right to the second baseman of South Sumter, Ishmael Rodriguez, for the first out. That brings up number 99, Brandon Higgins. Higgins swings at the first pitch, popped into right field. Good play coming over to his right is Billy Durham for the second out. 2 quick outs for Spring Hill American. Puts 2 down in our bottom of the first. After 2 quick outs, brings up the second baseman, number 3, Brady McMurdo, as Jackson Gill, on just a few pitches, has picked up 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Your score, South Sumter 1, Spring Hill American nothing. Swung on, hit to the third baseman, throw to first. In time, good throw by South Sumter's third baseman, Rashad Johnson. And that was a quick inning for Spring Hill American. We head to a top of our third. South Sumter 1, Spring Hill American 0. Leading off for South Sumter when we come back will be number 11, Jason Braswell, right here on JockJive.com.
Here are some things you may not know about JockJive. We're one of the nation's premier sports production companies. From audio only to full-scale video productions, we can do it all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to JockJive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve JockJive.
Welcome back as we get set for the top of the third. Your score, South Sumter 1, Spring Hill American nothing. South Sumter scored 1 run in the top of the second off the sack bunt by Samaje Shines. That scored George Mullins from third base. Returning to the mound for Spring Hill American, Dalton Williams has had no help from the offense so far. 4 batters came to the plate in the first. Only 3 batters came to the plate in the second, as Jackson Gill for South Sumter's done a good job on the mound to cut down the Spring Hill American offense. Spring Hill American won their first game over Marianna by a score of 5-1. South Sumter's first game was a 16-15 win over Sebring. Their second game, a 15-0 win over Holmes County. They're playing their third game in 3 days. Leading off for South Sumter is number 11, Jason Braswell. In our 2 games before this against Sebring, in Braswell's 1 plate appearance, he walked. In his 1 plate appearance against Holmes County, he doubled in a run. So 1 for 1 state tournament so far for Braswell as he steps in for his first time up. He swings through the first pitch for strike 1, and that gets our third inning started. 6 innings here in this traditional division. The winner of this game will go on to face Marianna. The loser will go on to face Holmes County. And this pitch popped up down the left field line, and it does, in fact, land fair. Hustling for 2 is Braswell, and he's on second with a stand-up double. That one was just placed in the perfect spot Spring Hill American's left fielder, Travis Clark, had a long way to go to try to track that one down. And just unable to get over there in time, and it just landed just fair. And that's a stand-up double for Braswell as South Sumter threatens again here in the third. That brings up Cale Ellis, number 99, as he squares the bunt, offers at it, but doesn't make contact for strike one. 0-1 pitch. Too far outside for a ball. Ellis tried to bunt again, but it pulled his bat in time. One pitch. Ellis squares. Doesn't offer. Ball two. Dalton Williams is on the mound for Spring Hill American. Three-1 the count now on Ellis. The runner on second, Jason Braswell, doubled to lead off this third inning. Top of the order about to come back up for South Sumter. 3-1 pitch. In there for strike two. Full count now on Ellis as he's got to swing away with two strikes. He's the last batter in the order. We had a quick radio up for the pitch count on Spring Hill American's pitcher Dalton Williams. He's at 39 pitches. Full count on Cale Ellis. He's got to be swinging away here against Dalton Williams. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. Staying alive at the plate. Looking for his sixth strikeout is Dalton Williams. He struck out the last two in the second inning. And with his 40th pitch and wanting him to be able to pitch tomorrow, Spring Hill American will change pitchers. If he goes to 41 pitches, he would be done for 36 hours. So Spring Hill American doesn't want that, as they will have a game tomorrow no matter what against Mariana or Holmes County. So we're going to have a pitching change. With a full count, the new pitcher for Spring Hill American will be number 18, Raymond Gross. He pitched against Mariana the other day. He was the second pitcher to come in that one, and he finished out the game. Gave up one run. And we'll see if he can end the at-bat against Cale Ellis here. He inherits a full count and a runner on second with no outs here in the top of the third. 2 full innings for Dalton Williams. He gives up 1 run on 2 hits. Strikes out 5. New pitcher is Raymond Gross, and he takes over the full count on number 99, Cale Ellis, with the leadoff batter for South Sumter, Rashad Johnson, standing on deck. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3, got him looking. First out of the inning, first strikeout for Raymond Grosh, and he's going to face the top of the order now with 1 runner in scoring position, but 1 out. So Rashad Johnson comes to the plate. First pitch gets away from Raymond for a ball. Johnson reached on an error his first time up as he hit a soft grounder to the shortstop, but it just made its way to the outfield. First 2 pitches are a ball into Johnson. Good job by Raymond to find the zone against Cale Ellis, as he had a full count there to pick up the first out of the inning. Staying on close to second base is number 11, Jason Braswell. He hit a double to start off this top of the third. South Sumter leading 1-0 after Samaje Shines hit a sack bunt that scored George Mullins. Big swing and a miss there by Johnson. So he was trying to put that one over the fence, but no contact. 2 balls, 1 strike. As it looks like we have an injured player out there on the field. Zachary Hogtop seems to be having his hand looked at by the Spring Hill American coaches. Looks like he's going to stay in there and be okay. Actually, that isn't Hogtop. There's a new catcher for Spring Hill American. Behind the plate is number 99, Brandon Higgins. He was the one who had to come out and have his hand looked at. But he's going to be fine behind the plate. They're going to give him a few practice pitches here. Just one, and he's ready to keep going. So good job by Brandon Higgins to get back there behind the plate. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, or 1 strike, 2 balls on Rashad Johnson. 2-1 count. Fouled back. Count goes even at 2. Runner in scoring position for South Sumter. Spring Hill American trying to keep this lead. Just 1 run. 2-2 pitch. Hard hit through the infield. That's going to be a single for Johnson. They don't send Ellis from third, or Braswell from third, rather. So runners at the corners for South Sumter after the single from Johnson. That brings up Caden Ellis. Arquita watching from Atlanta, Georgia. My nephew is number 24, Samaje Shines. We thank you from that, watching all the way from Georgia. Another state. In this game, we all have Tennessee and Georgia as Caden Ellis hits one hard up the middle. Trying to turn 2 is Spring Hill American. They get the out at second, but not the out at first. 2 outs. Now on a fielder's choice for Ellis. And the run scoring from third is Braswell as South Sumter now leads 2-0 over Spring Hill American. The next batter is number 5, Jackson Gill, who's been on the mound for South Sumter for the first 2 innings. Caden Ellis reached first on the fielder's choice. Rashad Johnson thrown out at second for the second out of this top of the third. South Sumter has added 1 more. Run as Brandon Higgins behind the plate looks to be having some more trouble with his hand. Holding on to it again. And there is going to be a catcher change, it looks like, as the pain in his hand is just too much to go on. Didn't really see what happened behind the plate to Brandon Higgins. He had a stoppage earlier. Now he has to stop again. Returning behind the plate is Zachary Hogtop. The runner on first base is Caden Ellis. He reached on the fielder's choice, but got the RBI as he scored Jason Braswell from third base. Jackson Gill stands in now. 1 ball, no strikes on him. Way to go, South Sumter. This one hit back up the middle by Gill. Diving play there by Spring Hill Americans. Second baseman Brady McMurdo flipped to second for the third out. We head to the bottom of the third. South Sumter plates 1 more run in the third inning, and they now lead Spring Hill American by a score of 2-0. And we come back for the bottom of the third inning. Michael Rizzuto, number 99, will be taking the plate for Spring Hill American when we come back here on JockJive.com.
The Sportsmanship Award is one of the most coveted awards to be won at this Dixie Youth Baseball Tournament. Sportsmanship is playing hard to win, but realizing all cannot become winners. It is being a gracious loser and even more a gracious winner. Good sportsmanship involves such matters as fair play, keen rivalry, but careful observance of the rules, courtesy, and a generous attitude toward an opponent. To be considered for an award for sportsmanship, a team must, 1, demonstrate good conduct and positive attitude by all players and coaches, both on and off the field. Number 2, be prompt and participate in all scheduled activities throughout the tournament. 3, have fans that show good conduct and attitude toward umpires and opposing teams. And 4, be neat in appearance and dress of both team and coaches at all times. We ask all in attendance here at this Dixie Youth Tournament join the coaches and players in making these qualifications the rule of behavior while attending these tournament games. Let's make this year a wonderful year of fun and great memories.
Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the third. South Sumter leading Spring Hill American by a score of 2-0. Spring Hill American going to try to respond here in the bottom of the third inning. Coming up first is number 19, Michael Rizzuto. Staying on the mound for South Sumter is Jackson Gill. This is Rizzuto's first time at the plate. In their 5-1 win over Marianna, Rizzuto went 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. South Sumter has the 2-0 lead. They plated the 1 run in the second and 1 run in the third. It looks like we're ready to begin play here in the bottom of the third. We play 6 innings. So after this half inning, we'll be halfway through this one. See if Spring Hill American can respond with any runs here in the bottom of the third. 4 batters came to the plate in the first inning, and they went 3 up, 3 down in the second. So not too much offense so far for Spring Hill American. First pitch into Rizzuto is swung through for strike 1. Good luck, Jake Barnum. Let's take this game back, Grandma, in Chardon, Ohio. We thank you for that. Watching all the way from Ohio. Another state on our board today is we've had Tennessee, Ohio coming in strong in this game. We thank you for enjoying the coverage here on JockJive.com. Swung through, strike 3. Michael Rizzuto swings through the third pitch for the first out. Actually, the first strikeout for this Spring Hill American team. And the man you were rooting for out there in Ohio is coming to bat now, Jacob Barnum, number 7, the shortstop for Spring Hill American. Come on, South Sumter, 3 up, 3 down. Well, they're on their way to do that. As the first batter for Spring Hill American struck out. As this first pitch was a ball and off the leg of South Sumter's catcher. I think that's Caleb Jenkins behind the plate. It might actually be number 11, Jason Braswell now. It just went off his foot, and he had to run it off. Got a little stinger there, but he gets set behind the plate now. This one hit hard back up the middle. First hit for Spring Hill American, and this inning goes to number 7, Jacob Barnum, as he's on first with the single. Good piece of hitting there by Barnum as he hits a single right back up the middle. A 1-out base runner for Spring Hill American. Their second hit on the day, their first hit in this inning. That brings up number 5, Connor McAfee. He watches the first pitch for strike 1. 2-0, South Sumter leads Spring Hill American. Trying to respond here in the bottom of the third. Second pitch swung through by McAfee, and he's down 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on McAfee. He hits a hard shot to the left field of South Sumter. He bobbles it in the outfield, but he does keep it in front of him. 2-strike hitting for McAfee puts 2 on. for Spring Hill American. Runners at first and second for Spring Hill American, and South Sumter is going to come out to the mound and talk to their pitcher as the bottom of the order is starting to get hot for this Spring Hill American team. They'll bring up number 9, Pimenchal Persad, the right fielder. Way to go, Jake. I knew you could do it. We thank you for that shout out. As they're going to leave Gill on the mound, and he's going to face Persad. As Persad swings through the first pitch for strike 1. He started the day in right field. Thank you for shouting out Jacob Barnum again as he stands on second in scoring position for Spring Hill American. This one put down in front of the bag. Sack bunt. South Sumter tries to throw to third, and they get the lead runner. Good play behind the plate by Jason Braswell to field that bunt and have the awareness to, he had time to get the lead runner for Spring Hill American. Fielder's choice for Persad as he reaches first, but thrown out at third base is Jacob Barnum. Now runners at first and second with 2 outs. For the last batter in this Spring Hill American order, Ethan Carnow. He struck out in his only plate appearance so far in this tournament. Went down looking. He swings through the first pitch, strike 1. Two on, 2 out for Spring Hill American as they try to respond to the 2 runs put on the board so far by South Sumter. Hot shot to the third baseman of South Sumter, Rashad Johnson. He takes a step over, steps on third for the 3rd out. Good pitching by Jackson Gill to get out of the 2 runners on base with 1 out, and we head to the top of the 4th. Spring Hill American still leading by a score of 2-0 as we're halfway through this one. 9 outs remaining on each side. Jay Strouder, number 44, the first baseman, will take the first hacks in the top of the 4th inning. One more shout out before we go to break. Let's win this. Spring Hill, number 55, will be there tomorrow to support his team. We thank you for that. The winner of this game will play tomorrow against Mariana. The loser will play tomorrow against Holmes County. So both these teams will be in action. After today's game is over, you can watch the action again and again on JockJive.com. Go to the same spot you watch the live coverage and watch the archives, or if you want a DVD of any game of the Florida Dixie Youth Baseball AAA Traditional Division State Tournament, email info@jockjive.com and we'll get that process started for you. Coming up in July on JockJive.com, Florida and Alabama Dixie Youth World Series events, Dixie Baseball State Tournaments in the World Series, and so much more. Plus, this fall, SWAC football, soccer, volleyball, Tuskegee football, Georgia Military College football, Great American Rivalries, high school football, the ACC Game of the Week, and more. A litany of reasons you need to come back to JockJive.com often. Returning to the mound after taking over in that last inning is Raymond Groach. He will have to go through the heart of this South Sumter order as the 4-hole batter comes up. Jay Strouder, the first baseman, walked in his first plate appearance. Strouder holds up on that pitch, and it doesn't go for the strike. They appeal down to first base to say if he went or not. And he said he didn't go. Next pitch coming in, swung on, foul off by Strouder. That one's going to fly all the way over and make it into the seats of fans watching our game to our right. The count is now 1-1 to start off this 4th inning of play. South Sumter has the 2-0 lead. They've plated 1 run in the second and the third. Strike 2 on Strutter. From Catersville, Georgia, let's go. South Sumter, Caden and Kale Ellis, Nani and Papa are proud of you. Thank you for that shout out. The brothers playing on this South Sumter team. 2-2. The count now on Strutter as he watches the next pitch come through for a ball count even at 2 to lead off this top of the fourth. 2-2 pitch fouled straight back. As it came right up to the press box here. Very close to hitting a window, trying to break some glasses, Strutter. We'll see if he can put that power into the outfield instead of behind the dugout. But he swings through, strike 3, going down. Swinging is Strutter for the first out of this inning. He's got a lot of power. Just difficult to make contact sometimes. His big number 44. That brings up Billy Durham for his second plate appearance. He struck out his first time up. Good piece of pitching there by Groch to get Strutter out for the first out of this inning. This next pitch is in there for strike 2. This one gets away from the catcher. That's going to be a ball on Durham. One ball, 2 strike pitch swung on by Durham. That's strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts to begin this inning from Spring Hill Americans pitcher Raymond Groch. Brings up George Mullins, number 30, the center fielder. He's 1 for 1 on the day with the single. Scored the first run for South Sumter in that second inning. This one inside, gets to the backstop, ball 1. He was brought in by a sac bunt by Samaje Shines. Doing great, South Sumter. Keep it up. Big shout out to Caden and Kaylee Ellis from Mimi and Papa in Wildwood. We thank you for that. Let's go, Raymond. We love you, number 18 from the Najuks. And that's strike 3 going down. Swinging was Mullins, and that will end our inning. 3 up, 3 down inning for South Sumter. They don't score a run in the fourth. Spring Hill Americans got to get the bats going here as we head to the bottom of the fourth. They have 9 outs to try to make this 2-run comeback. At minimum here, leading off will be the top of the order as Zachary Hotop will come off to lead off the bottom of the second right here after the break on JockJive.com.
We invite your support and contributions to the Dixie Youth Scholarship Fund. Offering financial assistance to hundreds of former players was not accomplished easily. Funds for these scholarships came from many sources, including donations. We ask you to consider making a contribution and by doing so, help more graduates from Dixie Youth Leagues to continue their education. All money collected for the Scholarship Fund is given for scholarships. No funds are kept for administrative purposes. If you would be interested in knowing more about the scholarship program, contact one of the officials at this tournament. They will provide information and explain what to do. On behalf of those who have received scholarships in the past years, may we express our appreciation for your support of the scholarship program. Thanks to you, it's working.
Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the fourth. Spring Hill American trailing by 2 runs. They got 9 outs to make something happen. The top of the order coming up, Zachary Hotop will get his second plate appearance. Jackson Gill returning to the mound for South Sumter to try to keep it mowing down this Spring Hill lineup. He's doing good so far through 3 innings. He's put up zeros in every inning so far. Only given up 3 hits for the Spring Hill American lineup. 2 came in that last inning, so we'll see if the bats can start to come alive as he has to face the lineup here for the second time. Zachary Hotop, the lefty, started at catcher for Spring Hill American, comes in, and he watches ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Caleb Jenkins still behind the plate for South Sumter. This one fouled off by Hotop. Count even at 1. If you want a DVD of any game broadcast during this year's state tournament, simply email info@jockjive.com and we'll get that process started for you. DVDs are $10 per game plus shipping and handling. That's info@jockjive.com. 1-1 pitch finds the zone, strike 2 on Hotop. As Gill is looking for his second strikeout of this game. 1-2 pitch swung through, but it is fouled off by Hotop. Actually fouled off his leg as he takes a few gingerly steps around in foul territory. Count stays at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch coming in from Gill. Just a slap into left field. Doesn't even swing all the way through, but Hotop drops that one over the head of the third baseman, Rashad Johnson, and he's on first with a leadoff single. Speed on first for Spring Hill American, and Andrew Ward coming to the plate. Andrew Ward hit a home run 2 days ago against Marietta. This one gets off the glove of Caleb Jenkins, and moving to second is Hotop. Now a runner in scoring position with no outs for Spring Hill American. Yes, 2 days ago, Andrew Ward went 2 for 3 with a home run, a single, and a strikeout. He's now even in the count, 1-1. No out, speed on second for Spring Hill American. This one hit down the third base line. It's going to roll all the way to the fence, and that's going to score the first run for Spring Hill American. Stand-up double for Andrew Ward. Scores Zachary Hotop from second. And the score, Spring Hill American 1, South Sumter 2. 2-1 the score now. As Spring Hill American gets one back here in the 4th inning. Still no outs as they try to tie this one up. Tying run stands at second base. So we're in the bottom of the 4th, no out. The next batter is number 27, Dalton Williams, who started the game on the mound. He's 1 for 1 with the single. Stealing third base is Andrew Ward, and actually trying to throw down to third base was Caleb Jenkins, and the ball actually went off the head of the batter, Dalton Williams, when Caleb Jenkins was trying to throw to third base, and they're going to send the runner back to second, Andrew Ward. As Dalton Williams just didn't get out of the way of the catcher, didn't let him make a throw. It went right off his helmet. The score is South Sumter 2, Spring Hill American 1. The runner at second is Andrew Ward. Number 27, Dalton Williams, stands at the plate. Next pitch in there, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, no out. Runner on second. Swung on, hit back up the middle, slow roller. This one gets to the second baseman, but it gets away from the first baseman, Jay Strotter, and safe at first base is Dalton Williams. It's going to be a close play anyway, but a bobble at first base by Strotter allows Dalton Williams to be safe. Now 2 on. Still with no outs here in the bottom of the 4th, as 3 straight batters have reached base here in this inning. For Spring Hill American, Travis Clark will be up to bat next. Go McMurdo boys from the Florida family. Thank you for that. We need a birthday win for Spring Hill from Cameron. Thank you for that shout out. So I've gotten a pronunciation help on Raymond Grosstretch, the pitcher for Spring Hill American. And there's going to be a pitching change, it looks like, for South Sumter. The new pitcher will be number 15, Caden Ellis. Caden Ellis has pitched in both the first 2 games for South Sumter. He actually started both those games. It's really good, hard-throwing right-hander for the South Sumter side. We'll see if Spring Hill American can figure him out here in the bottom of the 4th. No outs. 2 on. Travis Clark, the left fielder, coming up to bat. So they're going to have a quick meeting with Ellis before he takes the mound. South Sumter trying to get out of this inning with the lead. Spring Hill American has the tying run on second. The go-ahead run on first as we're in the bottom of the 4th. It's an important inning for South Sumter as they only have 2 innings if scoring here. As this one hit back up the middle, strong diving attempt by South Sumter's shortstop, number 5, Jackson Gill, but he's unable to bring it down. We're not going to charge him an error on that play. It was going to be a tough play anyway, but a single goes to Clark, and the bases are loaded for Spring Hill Americans, number 18, Raymond Grosstretch. He grounded out his first plate appearance as he watches ball 1. Big inning. Your Spring Hill American here as they've loaded him up. Still no outs. Caden Ellis trying to get out of this inning. This one thrown to the backstop, but nobody advances for Spring Hill American. 2 balls, no strikes now on the pitcher for Spring Hill American. Two-0 pitch infield in for South Sumter as they're trying to cut down the tying run at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Tying run stands at third. Go-ahead run at second. South Sumter will only have 2 at-bats after this to score some runs. So those are big runs on the bases for Spring Hill American. They've scored 1 run already in this 4th. Trying to get some more here. Count even at 2. Fouled back by Grosstretch. Caleb Jennings behind the plate, doing a good job keeping that ball in front. This one hit hard by Grosstretch in the gap. It's going to get in between the center fielder and right fielder. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Stand up 2 RBI double by Grosstretch, who pumps his fists at second base. Spring Hill American takes the 3-2 lead over South Sumter on the big hit by the pitcher, number 18 for Spring Hill American. 3 runs have come in. South Sumter has yet to record an out here in Marianna. And now 2 in scoring position as Spring Hill American looks to add some more. Brandon Higgins, number 99, comes to the plate. Squares to bunt and takes strike 1. I've been to 2 Dixie Youth Baseball state tournaments before this, and every state tournament I've been to, South Sumter is the one to take home the title. They won the machine pitch in Sebring, and they won majors and T-ball in East Lakeland. Now Spring Hill American trying to give their AAA traditional team a run for their money here as another strike comes in on Higgins. As they now have the 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 4th with no outs and runners at second and third. Strike 3, Higgins goes down looking. Big first out for South Sumter and Caden Ellis on the mound. That brings up the second baseman, Brady McMurdo, who grounded out to end the second inning. First pitch coming into McMurdo is right there for strike 1. Infield crowding in for South Sumter as McMurdo squared to bunt there. Strike 2 on McMurdo as now Ellis is finding his groove on the mound. Thrown 5 straight strikes. 0-2 pitch on the second baseman. Strike 3, down looking is McMurdo. 2 straight strikeouts now for Caden Ellis. Brings up number 19, Michael Rizzuto, who struck out in his first plate appearance. It was a big 2 RBI double for Grostretch, it looks like now, as he doubled with no outs. And the base is loaded, but now 2 outs, runners on second and third for Rizzuto, who fouls off the first pitch, strike 1. Spring Hill American has plated 3 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. They're looking for some insurance runs now. And South Sumter had plated 2 runs, or 1 run in the first and 1 run in the third, and that's where their 2 come from. Trying to take a little bit off of that one is Ellis, but it flutters too high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rizzuto. Jacob Barnum, number 7, the shortstop, stands on deck. He's 1 for 1 on the day with the single. Swinging through strike 2 is Rizzuto. Looking for his 3rd straight strikeout now is Caden Ellis, who's finding his groove on the mound. This one over the head of the catcher for South Sumter, Caleb Jennings. And it gets away, and then it gets away from Ellis, and scoring from second base is actually Groschek. And both runs are able to come in on the wild pitch from Ellis. Scoring from third was Clark, and from second is Groschek, who was hustling around. Spring Hill American clears the bases on the wild pitch. The score is now 5-2. Big 2 huge runs with 2 outs for Spring Hill American. As another pitch gets to the backstop, looking a little frustrated there is Caden Ellis. As Jennings got to that ball behind the plate, threw it to Ellis. The first run had already scored, but when the ball went off of Ellis's glove, it allowed Grostretch to score from third base. Going down looking is Rizzuto, but not before Spring Hill American plates 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th. We head to the top of the 5th. We have a whole new ball game. Spring Hill American 5, South Sumter 2. One quick shout out to get to before we head to break. You got this, Caden Ellis. You can do it. And we head to the break. 2 innings left in this one. South Sumter now trailing Spring Hill American by a score of 5-2. We'll come back with the top of the 5th here on JockJive.com.
The Sportsmanship Award is one of the most coveted awards to be won at this Dixie Youth Baseball Tournament. Sportsmanship is playing hard to win, but realizing all cannot become winners. It is being a gracious loser and even more a gracious winner. Good sportsmanship involves such matters as fair play, keen rivalry, but careful observance of the rules, courtesy, and a generous attitude toward an opponent. To be considered for an award for sportsmanship, a team must, 1, demonstrate good conduct and positive attitude by all players and coaches, both on and off the field. Number 2, be prompt and participate in all scheduled activities throughout the tournament. 3, have fans that show good conduct and attitude toward umpires and opposing teams. And 4, be neat in appearance and dress of both team and coaches at all times. We ask all in attendance here at this Dixie Youth Tournament join the coaches and players in making these qualifications the rule of behavior while attending these tournament games. Let's make this year a wonderful year of fun and great memories.
Welcome back for the top of the 5th inning. Caleb Jennings will be leading off for South Sumter as they now find themselves behind 5-2 here in the top of the 5th. They have 6 outs to try to make this 3-run comeback. After 5 runs are scored by Spring Hill American in the bottom of that 4th inning. 8 batters come to the plate, and 5 runs are able to come across. Returning to the mound for Spring Hill American is Raymond Grostretch. He struck out the side in the 4th. South Sumter's got to figure him out and figure him out quick here. This is a high-powered South Sumter offense. They scored 16 in their win over Sebring and 15 in their win over Holmes County, so you definitely don't count them out as they're only trailing by 3. But probably the most unexcited I've seen the South Sumter dugout is usually they're partying over there in the dugout. More cerebral look now as they trail 5-2. First pitch of the top of the 5th is coming in to Caleb Jennings, and he swings through strike 1. Second pitch, swung on, soft grounder to the second baseman, throw over to first, not in time. Jennings beats out the soft infield single with good speed down the first base line, and that's a leadoff base runner for South Sumter as they try to make this comeback here. Samaje Shines, number 24, coming to the plate now. The other lefty in this lineup for South Sumter. He's 1 for 1 on the day with the single. Ishmael Rodriguez stands on deck, then we'll turn the lineup over for South Sumter. The top of the lineup, number 25, Rashad Johnson, is in the hole. First pitch, ball 1 to Shines. Shines tries to lay down a bunt, but it goes foul. Shines laid down a bunt in that second inning, which scored Mullins from third base. He actually reached on a single on that bunt. He has the RBI. One ball, one strike. This one flutters outside, ball 2. Two-one pitch. This one trails inside. Checking the runner at first base is Hotop. They don't get Jennings out there as he's standing close to first. 3-1. Your count on Samaje Shines. Three-one pitch. Shines swings at a low one on the inside, fouls it off, count runs full. Payoff pitch coming in from Grostretch. Hit back up the middle by Shines. It's going to fall in front of the center fielder. Actually a close play at second, but sliding in safe is Jennings. And now 2 on, nobody out for South Sumter as they try to respond to the 5 spot put up in the bottom of the 4th by Spring Hill American. And there's going to be a meeting on the mound as the first 2 batters reach base. Ishmael Rodriguez, number 22, the second baseman, stands on deck looking for his second plate appearance. He's 0 for 1 with the strikeout. We'll see if there's a pitching change or they leave Grostretch on the mound here for Spring Hill American. This meeting continues, and I can't tell. I can't see the number of the pitcher out there, if there's a pitching change or not. It doesn't look like there is, and Grosstretch is going to stay on the mound after giving up 2 straight singles. Ishmael Rodriguez stands in now. He lays down the bunt. It goes right back to Grosstretch, who flips it over to first for the first out, but the runners do advance for South Sumter. Sack bunt. Good one by Rodriguez. Brings up the top of the order with 2 in scoring position. Tying run at the plate for South Sumter as they trail by 3 here in the top of the 5th. Now down to just 5 outs to make this comeback, but that was a productive out for South Sumter. And they intentionally walk Johnson to load the bases so they can have an out at any base. They intentionally walk Johnson, who was 1 for 2 on the day, to get to Caden Ellis, who struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. Come on, Ishmael, swing for the fences. Your grandparents in Webster. They didn't let him swing for the fences there, but he did put down a productive bunt. And now bases loaded for South Sumter's number 15, Caden Ellis, who started at shortstop but then took over on the mound for South Sumter. He watches the first pitch, ball 1. Next pitch comes in for a strike. Good-looking pitch there by Grosstretch. This pitch hit down the third base side, but it rolls foul. Almost down the line for extra bases for Ellis, but he was a little too far ahead of that one. So we get reset here after that foul ball. Bases are loaded for South Sumter. 1 out. They trail by 3. Go-ahead run at the plate. Ellis fouls another one back. After that foul, still 2 strikes on Ellis. With 1 out, Grosstretch trying to get a strikeout here. It'd be a big one, but this one too low in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ellis. Count even at 2 on the pitcher. He's trying to bring his team back here. Hit down the third base line, but another foul. Count stays at 2. Grosstretch trying to pick up a big out here with the bases loaded. On deck is Jackson Gill, who's 0 for 1 on the day with a sacrifice bunt and a ground out. Ellis grounded into a fielder's choice in the third, but did pick up an RBI. This 2-2 pitch hit to the second baseman. Out made at first. Throw to first. Actually, the out was made at second. Throw to first, not in time. Second out of the inning. And that's a fielder's choice for Ellis. But South Sumter did play to run. The score now, Spring Hill American 5, South Sumter 3. Tying run stands at first base with Ellis as Jackson Gill comes to the plate. But big second out for Spring Hill American. They need 1 more just to get out of this inning. This one, hard hit by Gill down the third base line. Long throw to first, but it's made by Spring Hill American's third baseman. I'm not sure who that was because Grosstretch started there to start the inning. But a good throw as that ball bounced off his glove, fired to first. It was a long throw, but they get the out at first. So only 1 run. South Sumter is able to plate after loading the bases with 1 out. That will take us to the bottom of the 5th. Spring Hill American looking for some insurance runs here as their lead is now just 2. Jacob Barnum, the shortstop, will lead off the inning when we come back here on JockJive.com.
Here are some things you may not know about JockJive. We're one of the nation's premier sports production companies. From audio only to full-scale video productions, we can do it all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to JockJive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve JockJive.
Welcome back for the bottom of the fifth inning. Spring Hill American plated 5 runs in the bottom of the fourth. They now look for insurance runs here. Here in this fifth inning as South Sumter, if it stands right now, we'll need 2 to tie and 3 to take the lead. When we begin the top of the sixth, the first pitch to Jacob Barnum from Caden Ellis is swung through for strike 1. Top of the lineup on deck circle for Spring Hill American, Zachary Hotop. Barnum tries to bunt his way on. Good bunt down the third base line, but it just rolls foul for strike 2. Quickly down 0-2 is Barnum. As Caden Ellis looks for another strikeout, he struck out 3 in a row to end that fourth inning. Little over pitch there by Barnum for ball 1 as that one gets to the backstop. This one hit hard down the first base line. And the count stays 0-2. This one hit but caught by the catcher for the first out of this inning. It's a line out for Barnum. Made solid contact there for the first out. That brings up Zachary Hotop. Let's go, Spring Hill, from the Rizzutos. As this one gets away from the catcher behind the plate, Caleb Jennings, for ball 1 on Hotop. Leadoff batter's got some speed for Spring Hill American. He led off the bottom of the fourth with a single. Later came around the score, a part of a 5-run bottom of the fourth for Spring Hill American. They look for some insurance runs here before we head to the decisive sixth inning. Walk. Hotop gets on 4 pitches. And that's not the batter you want to let on if you're South Sumter, as he's got some speed now at first base for Andrew Ward, who doubled in an RBI in the fourth. Roped one down the left field line that scored Hotop, who was standing on second. Ellis is going to have to do some work here. First pitch, strike 1, to keep Hotop where he is on first base. This is a strike on Ward. Down 0-2 now is Andrew Ward. Oh, 2 pitch doesn't find the zone for ball 1. Still on, staying close to first base is Hotop. 1-2 pitch too far outside. Gets off the glove of Caleb Jennings, and taking second base with no throw is Hotop. Now a runner in scoring position for 1 out with Spring Hill American. Andrew Ward still at the plate. Ward hits one hard to center field. This one is back and gone. No doubt home run for Andrew Ward, who hits his second home run of this tournament. Another 2-run shot as again he played Zachary Hotop just like he did against Mariana in their game 2 days ago. That's how you get some insurance runs. If you're Spring Hill American, Andrew Ward makes the score now. Spring Hill American 7, South Sumter 3 with his 2-run home run over the right field fence. Big swing there by Andrew Ward. And he's now 2 for 3 on the day with a double and a home run. He's gotten the runs flowing for this Spring Hill American side. And South Sumter came out to complain about something on that home run. Not really sure what it was, but home plate umpire called him safe. So our score now, Spring Hill American 7, South Sumter 3. All 7 runs for Spring Hill American have come in these last 2 innings. 5 in the 4th, and so far 2 in this 5th. Still 1 out. Dalton Williams comes to the plate. He's 2 for 2. He looks at the first pitch ball. Got an OMG Andrew. Yep, he hit that one a long way. Helping out Spring Hill American to trying to pull off a win against South Sumter and to take on Mariana tomorrow. In the winner's bracket, the loser is going to fall to play Holmes County. Another ball into Williams, as looking frustrated on the mound now is Caden Ellis. He slams his mitt against his knee after throwing another ball. This is a strike. It looks like South Sumter is going to ask for a radio upstairs to get the pitch count on Ellis, as he's thrown 39 pitches. If he goes anywhere over 40, he can't pitch tomorrow, so most likely we're just going to see one more pitch for Ellis, and then we'll see a pitching change. His pitch comes in, hit hard, over to the third base side, Dalton Williams, but a throw over to first from South Sumter's third baseman Rashad Johnson gets him out easily for the second out of the inning, and now we'll have the pitching change from the South Sumter side. We'll see who the third pitcher is going to be as they relieve Ellis. It looks like number 12, Cale Scott, is going to take over on the mound, as he just needs to get one more out to end the bottom of the 5th to get South Sumter up in the top of the 6th. South Sumter is going to need 4 to tie, 5 to take the lead when we get to the top of the 6th inning. And Spring Hill American has plated 7 runs in the 4th and the 5th, 5 in the 4th, now 2 here in the 5th. After the 2 RBI home run by Andrew Ward, his second home run of this tournament. He hit one in the first inning against Mariana. It was also a 2-run home run when he scored himself and Hotop, part of a 2-run first inning against Mariana, which led to a 5-1 win for Spring Hill American, and that's why they're in this winner's bracket. They beat Mariana on Saturday. Now they're facing South Sumter here. This is South Sumter's 3rd game in 3 days. South Sumter won their first game 16-15 on Saturday over Sebring, and then 15-0 over Holmes County on Sunday. As Andrew Ward hit the home run for Spring Hill American. Travis Clark will be up to bat now to try to keep this inning going for Spring Hill American. They lead 7-3 over South Sumter. Travis Clark is 1 for 2 on the day with the flyout in the first and a single in the fourth. He later came around to score in that inning. Looks like we're ready to go here with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. This inning had an exclamation point put on it by Andrew Ward, giving 2 big insurance runs to Spring Hill American after South Sumter closed the lead a little bit with 1 run in the fifth. South Sumter scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 1 in the fifth. That's how they have their 3 runs. First pitch coming into Clark is outside for ball 1. That's the first pitch in from Cale Scott. Doesn't find the zone. One-0 pitch. Too high for ball 2. Scott just needs to find 1 out here to get his South Sumter team back in the dugout so they can put their rally caps on as we head to the decisive 6th inning. He doesn't find the zone with the third pitch, and the count is 3 balls, no strikes on Clark. Clark takes a step out of the box as he's ahead in the count 3-0. Three ball, no strike pitch. Way outside for ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Clark, and Spring Hill American has a runner on with 2 outs as they look for some more insurance here. That brings up number 18, Raymond Groach. He looks at strike 1. He hit a big 2 RBI double in the 4th inning and plated 2 runs and actually gave Spring Hill American the 3-2 lead at the time. He hits one high in the infield. Stepping a few paces over is the second baseman, Ishmael Rodriguez, and that's going to end our 5th. 2 runs come across from Spring Hill American thanks to Andrew Ward, who hit the 2-run home run. And we head to the top of the 6th. South Sumter is going to need 4 to tie, 5 to take the lead as we head to the top of the 6th inning when we come back here on JockJive.com.
The Sportsmanship Award is one of the most coveted awards to be won at this Dixie Youth Baseball Tournament. Sportsmanship is playing hard to win, but realizing all cannot become winners. It is being a gracious loser and even more a gracious winner. Good sportsmanship involves such matters as fair play, keen rivalry, but careful observance of the rules, courtesy, and a generous attitude toward an opponent. To be considered for an award for sportsmanship, a team must, 1, demonstrate good conduct and positive attitude by all players and coaches, both on and off the field. Number 2, be prompt and participate in all scheduled activities throughout the tournament. 3, have fans that show good conduct and attitude toward umpires and opposing teams. And 4, be neat in appearance and dress of both team and coaches at all times. We ask all in attendance here at this Dixie Youth Tournament join the coaches and players in making these qualifications the rule of behavior while attending these tournament games. Let's make this year a wonderful year of fun and great memories.
The rally caps are on for South Sumter as we head to the decisive 6th inning. Spring Hill American has the 7-3 lead here. 4 to tie, 5 to take the lead for South Sumter. Jay Straughter strides to the plate to lead off the inning. Returning to the mound is Raymond Groach, and he throws strike one. Done a good job since entering this game. 2 runs have come across since he's entered. And that's the first strike on Strawder. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. In this top of the 6th. This one hit by Strawder to the third base side. Throw over to first by Spring Hill Americans number 27, Dalton Williams, for the first out. The leadoff batter is gone for South Sumter. That's a ground out for Strawder. And that gives us 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Spring Hill American leading 7-3. That brings up the right fielder, Billy Durham. First pitch off the plate for ball 1. .1-0 pitch swung right through for a strike. Count even at 1. Now on Durham. With 1 out here in the top of the 6th. South Sumter needs 4 to tie to keep this game going, 5 to take the lead. That one fouled off by Durham for strike 2. Groach trying to end this game and send Spring Hill American on to face Mariana tomorrow at 5 o'clock. The loser will face Holmes County at 2 o'clock in the loser's bracket. Hot shot to the first baseman. Number 34, Andrew Ward, catches that one easily. And the first 2 have come up, and the first 2 have come down for South Sumter as they are now down to their last out. George Mullins comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. Fouled back the first pitch, strike 1. Down to their last 2 strikes now is South Sumter. This one hit to the left fielder and brought down in left field by Spring Hill Americans, number 35, Travis Clark. And that will do it for this one. As winners in 6 is Spring Hill American, and they take the win 7-3 over South Sumter. That will send Spring Hill American to our winners bracket. They'll be 2-0. And they're going to face Mariana tomorrow to advance to the championship game. The loser of this one, South Sumter, is not eliminated. They fall to 2-1 in this tournament, and they'll face Holmes County tomorrow for a chance to get to the winners bracket and maybe have a chance to play Mariana or Spring Hill American. Now that's a final here in our last game for the AAA Minor State Tournament. Our games up today are over. We have 2 more days to go here in Mariana. We'll have games tomorrow and Wednesday before we crown a state champion and send a team on to the World Series. For Anthony Crum and JockJive.com, we thank you for joining us as we have one last shout out. Nice job, Spring Hill. As Spring Hill gets the 7-3 win. And they'll head on tomorrow to face Mariana. South Sumter falls to play Holmes County. And that'll do it for this one. I'm Anthony Crum with JockJive.com. We hope you join us tomorrow for some more Dixie Youth Baseball AAA Division action here from Mariana, Florida. Have a good rest of your night.